The Wilson Combat Grip Module for the Sig P365xl. Do you need it? Maybe not, but do you want it? Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have your answer. Welcome to Rooster's Reviews. I'm Rooster, and today we're going to talk about the Wilson Combat Grip Module for the 365xl made by Sig Sauer. We all know that Sig Sauer makes some of the best weapons in the world, and the P365xl is no exception. When it comes to the everyday carry world, it's probably one of the most popular pistols that are actually out there. And that's for good reason, because it's a great gun. It's very easy to conceal. It does the job. It shoots every time you squeeze the trigger. There's a list of things that I kind of look for in my everyday carry weapon. First, the gun has to be dependable. It has to be quality made. It has to be quality built. Hence the reason why I went with Sig Sauer. Secondly, concealability. It's very important that the gun be concealed at all times. I don't want anybody seeing my gun when I'm at work. So concealability is very high up on that list. Comfort. Comfort is extremely important. When you carry a firearm all day, if it's not comfortable, you're not going to carry it. You're going to leave it at home. If you're going to do that, why even have a everyday carry license? So comfort is extremely important. Shootability, that's extremely important. You want it to be able to hit where you're aiming to. And with the Sig Sauer, you have no issues there. The amount of rounds that a weapon can hold, yeah, that's important. The Sig Sauer P365xl is capable of holding 12 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber at the same time. The gun, I've already cleared it prior to this video, so it's a safe weapon, just so I don't get all kinds of comments down below telling me how much I suck. And next on the list would be the appearance of a gun. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a vain person. I like my gun to look good. I don't necessarily want my gun to look like everybody else's firearm. That's where one of the things that the Wilson Combat Grip Module does for you. It actually makes the gun look really pretty. I really like the two-tone look. They offer the module in a black color as well too, but I opted for the tan because I think it makes the gun just look really, really nice. It makes it look good. It makes it look sharp. Lastly on the list, and it's not necessarily the least important item on the list, but is the upgradability of the firearm and how many aftermarket accessories are available for the firearm. You definitely want to be able to put some optics on the firearm if you can. You want to be able to change out the grip module if you can. Whether or not what holsters are available for the firearm are extremely important. If you buy some firearms, the holster availability for them is very limited on what you can get. With the Sig Sauer P365xl, there is no limit to the amount of holsters, whether you want an outside carry, inside waistband carry, if you want an appendix carry, if you want to do the small of the back carry. Personally, I carry at the 3 o'clock on the inside on the hip. I use this basic holster that was made by a company named Gritter, G-R-I-T-R. The gun slides in very nicely. It accepts it with the optics that are on it. It's got a nice trigger guard. It fits on the belt real good. It just does an all nice job, and it wasn't an awfully expensive holster. It was probably only maybe 30 bucks on Amazon. So yeah, you could pick you up one of those extremely cheap, and they do the job quite well. Options for holsters for the P365 are just unlimited. They make every kind of holster out there you could possibly think of. The gun is capable of taking a light, even with the Wilson Combat Grip. There's light options you can hook up for this. I didn't necessarily want a light for my everyday carry. I don't like the extra bulk that it would add. But all in all, it's just a great firearm. It's a great shooting firearm. It actually has great feel, great accuracy. Out on the range, it shoots straight and narrow and doesn't have a ton of recoil either. So you're probably asking the question, well, if it's such a great firearm and it's such a great pistol, why in the heck would you want to swap out the stock standard OEM grip module for the Wilson Combat? Well, the natural answer and the first answer I have is because I can. With the 365xl, it's got the modularity just like its bigger brother, the P320. The 320 is the military version. It's the big boy. It's the big option. Just a little bit too big, in my opinion, to conceal carry. But the 365xl has all the modular ability as the P320. You can change out the slides. You can change out the grip modules. Not that the original Sig grip module is bad. It's actually very ergonomic. It's pretty smooth. But I wanted to try out the Wilson Combat grip module, and all in all, I have to say I like it a lot. It has a very aggressive grip texture. It has more of a 1911 angle to it. It has a little bit of palm swell that the original grip module for this does not have, as you can probably see in the camera. It has a real high beaver tail, and it also has an undercut underneath here that allows you to get a real high purchase on this weapon. So when you're firing the weapon, there's not a whole lot of recoil, and it sits real well in your hand. Helps you control for that second shot that you got to put on target when the first shot misses, like I normally shoot. All in all, it's a great firearm. Now let's talk about the Wilson Combat grip module. That's what this one's all about. Well, first of all, I truly think it makes the weapon look totally outstanding. I mean, this is a great looking firearm. But like I mentioned earlier, it does have the much better more aggressive texture. It has the high beaver tail. It has the undercut over here. So it does allow you to get a really nice high purchase on the weapon. And when you come over to the other side, you have a little area to place your thumb over here. And when you got a good grip on it, it's just an all-around comfortable grip. With that aggressive texturing, you really don't have to worry about it pulling out of your hands. It accepts the original, all the magazines. It accepts all the magazines for the pistol. Has a nice, decent, not big, not super big, but it has a decent well here. So it accepts the magazine. Actually, installing the grip module isn't very difficult. Basically, disassemble by taking the slide off. If you have one of these, you already know how to do that. You pop this little pin here, the trigger assembly comes out. You drop it into the new module. Once you drop it into the new module, you put the pin back in, you slap the slide on there, and she's ready to go. Not a whole lot to it. Not a whole lot to it. But it does increase the comfortability. For guys like me that were in the military, we standard issue 1911, so I've fired a 1911 a whole lot in my life. So I kind of like the 1911 feel. This grip module actually gives you the 1911 feel in a smaller weapon, a smaller concealable weapon. So it's just an all-around great grip module. I was uncertain about it at first because with the rough texturing, you got to look out when you're concealing. You might actually, I always wear a t-shirt up underneath my weapon, so when I put the weapon on, this rough texturing won't rub up against my skin. I can see after a long time with that little tiny bit of palm swell how that actually could rub you a little bit raw, but with a t-shirt it seems to be no problem. I normally wear a button-up shirt over top of my t-shirt anyway, so it keeps the grip from rubbing into me. The pros and cons of that versus the original, I like the idea of when I pull the weapon out, having the extra gripability, having that extra undercut underneath so I can get my full hand onto the grip over here. And having the high beaver tail, I like the advantages of that compared to the OEM of the original grip module that comes with the pistol. All in all, it's just a great grip module. The price isn't crazy. It's really reasonable as far as cost goes. So all in all, I think it's a great addition to the pistol, and it absolutely makes the pistol look beautiful. Wouldn't you agree? Well, that's all I have for this particular edition. If you liked what you're seeing here, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you have any comments or would like to see any reviews on any further pistols or any other kind of pistols, please let me know in the comments below, and we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. Until then, I'm Rooster, and thanks for your time.